Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile, Blight League. So today I streamed for 7 hours. I planned for the stream to level up this new Templar, so I streamed leveling up the Templar all the way throughout the entire story, and then I did some leveling after that. We're up to 75. It's pretty good. So I wanted to make a video talking about the direction of the current Templar, what we're doing with it, and what I'm gonna do with it after. But first, we're gonna try this. So basically, we are using zombies, Baron, strength stacking, 1050 strength. So zombies leech. Then we're using Ghost Reaver so that they leech more and that they leech energy shield instead of life. So we're an energy shield build. We also use Zealot's Oath, so the life regen goes to our ES. To not die to chaos damage, we use Shavron's Wrapping, and then we use Prism Guardian because of we can use blood magic on these auras. Haste, Pride, Discipline, and with 15% reduced mana reservation on the helmet, it has just enough, so we have 116 life. As a Guardian, we get this... we get our Ascendancy point that gives us armor equivalent to reserve life. And so we have lots of armor, and it can go up as we get more life, which we can get more life by life nodes on the skill tree, etc., or strength and all this. It's pretty interesting. We're only level 75, so we have a lot more skill points to go. We can move around the skill points eventually, but like there's more ES here. There's just tons of ES, tons of nodes I still need to get. I need more skill points on the skill tree. Need to level up the character, but this is just the start. So the basic cool stuff of what's going on here is we have our 6 link of zombies in the chest plate. Very normal. We don't have the empower yet. It's not a big deal. In the helmet, we're using Vaal summon skeletons with feeding frenzy, melee, physical, melee splash. The zombie is a raise zombie, feeding frenzy, minion damage, multi-strike, ruthless, melee fizz. And then the gloves, this is cool. It's a +2 aura gems. Shaper's Touch, so it's Purity of Fire, Purity of Elements, Purity of Ice. So the Purity of Fire and Ice will get more. Then we have Flame Dash, Faster Casting. We have Clarity, and we have Convocation and Desecrate. This is enough to make the build already sustainable. So the health pot is a joke. You don't need it. It was just because someone said, "What about your flasks?" And I said, okay, I'll put on this flask, but it literally is useless. So basic now premise is the way the build would sustain is you get your zombies to hit the monsters. They leech for you, and your base regen, your life regen will also leech for apply for you. And so you literally, it's the same idea as the other build. You sit back, relax, and let your minions do the work, and you have this big buffer before you die. And then we also still have our own ES recharge. So if we can get our ES higher, it's 1,000 right now. Look, that's so high, man. It's so high. So if we just get our ES to like 20,000, we've got a really big number. So I'm going to showcase a map real quick to showcase what happens when you get hit, how it recovers, etc. Did you see that? We got hit, we recovered because we have our regen, we have our leech. And then if we stop getting hit, we'll get the recharge. It's pretty cool. What else can I talk about? So the other things, I started with Radiant Crusade because I thought Permanent Onslaught all res sounded really good when I was leveling up. When I was leveling, I picked all minion nodes. I went up like this, and I said all minion nodes, damage. Went to here, got Retribution, got Enduring Bond, got Aligned Spirit, got Lord of the Dead, got this socket, got some jewel sockets, used those. Had a good time. It's been a pretty fun character to level up. It was very enjoyable. I didn't have a single death all the way until Act 10. Just before Kitava, I got creep blocked, couldn't flame dash, got stunned, dead. It was pretty good. was very fun to level. Had a very similar experience to the Necromancer because I literally did like a very similar build to it. But this is a full ES build. Very cool, very different. The fact that you can make a Baron as an ES build is super cool, and this is what you would almost call as a Mana Guardian or an Aura Bot, nearly, because we have so many auras. We could fit more if we ran all of the aura nodes from the skill tree. We could get more auras in here. But yeah, our zombies got some nice clear on them, dude. This is looking good. Okay, we had 5,900. Let's take this up even higher. 6,049. I'm really curious what the build's going to look like at the end, dude. This is just getting to some ridiculous things. And the sustain is beautiful. I don't have to click anything. I'm not doing anything. This is all the build. This is the build. So I think we've got something here, because that armor's actually real. The whole reason we're doing the armor thing is, the sacrificing our health is 3 extra auras, armor, so we have 135% extra auras, like of aura mana reserve. That's fucking crazy, dude. Actually insane. Wow. Build's looking good. And then Convoking Wand instead of Mon'tregul's, but with this I could go Cyclone. They don't know that I want a Cyclone. The viewers of my stream that for today's stream did not know that I want to Cyclone still. Dude, look at that light distance. I now see what they're talking about. Wow. That's so bad. That's a pretty good amount of armor, dude. Pretty sick. 6,000 shield though. It goes up so fast. Like, we're scaling it so quickly just with levels. That's actually insane. This is looking so viable, because in the other build I got to 11,000, and that was with Geoffrey's. This will be so fucking easy, dude. Wow, Mana Guardian's really good. Why has no one taken this deeper delving? It can definitely do it. This is gonna work. Like, this build 100% works. And if we don't care about the armor, then we don't reserve the health. Basically. Is the thing there. So just to go over some things, I didn't actually have any Pantheons. They're not completed. I just finished leveling. We only had 2 Ascendancies completed, so Radiant Crusade and Radiant Faith. We didn't have any others. So Unwavering Faith seems pretty good. The extra life regen will apply to our ES because of Zealot's Oath, and then we have the extra fizz damage reduction. Cool. Then we can run Unwavering Crusade, which seems really good for extra damage for our minions. Move speed, cast speed, attack speed, area effect, damage, AoE. Yeah, seems fucking insane. Augment them even further, and like, if we're already reaching 6,000 and it's only like this, like, what? This is this is real. This is a real build. This is good. Like, this is actually good as fuck. So I'm super happy with what I've already been able to come up with. And then definitely there's ways to, like, go with a 2-hander and go with Geoffrey's and go really high ES and go CI and go that route with Mana Guardian. Mana, CI, high ES, really cool, because that node, that Ascendancy, still gives you ES, so it gives you, look, maximum energy shield equivalent to 15% of your reserved mana, and then that ES probably goes through all that extra scaling of Shaper's Touch. So not only are you getting mana from Shaper's Touch, then you're getting the extra ES from this plus all of the mana to ES nodes like this one up here and all, and then we're trying to increase our mana here, we're increasing our mana here, we're trying to just get some stupid mana. Then we have this mana, so once we actually get more mana stuff, it would do even better. And I guess because we have all the mana scaling, flat mana is worth more, so probably worth getting that. Shit's crazy. The build has so much potential. Oh yeah, this was still with an Aster Mantis as well. Forgot to point that out. Aster Mantis is worse than a rare Ami with like increased attributes and shit, so that's another thing to point out. So we have so much room to upgrade. And then if we did our 6-link zombies weapon and did without the auras, then we lose the auras, obviously. Discipline comes here. We could lose like purity of fire because we still have reses. Somehow our fire is super high. I don't know actually what I did here, but my fire res is super high. I think it might be a thing in my skill tree. A gem. Yeah. It's a good gem. A jewel. I don't want to lose that jewel, but yeah. So after all that discussion of the character and all the options that I'm having for it, what is the future direction for the build, and what are you going to do with it, Ethan? So obviously we're going to push it to have some fun with it without spending too much. We're going to try to keep it budget friendly, or at least explain a budget friendly version, which is pretty much this. This is pretty much a budget-friendly version. If you hit the 1k strength, you have a decent amount of energy shield, and you take Ghost Reaver, and you have all this. It's working. It looks pretty good. You don't really need Chaos Res. You didn't really need the Chaverons, to be honest. You could go Geoffrey's, and it would be probably better, or a normal chestplate. Real thing. If you don't care about chaos damage, but you know, I'm a freak, and I like to worry about it. And then we have 61% chaos res because of a crazy Watcher's Eye, but you don't need that. Point is, the direction of the build is I plan to level it up a little bit more. We're at 77. We level this up a bit more, right? Take it to like 87, 95, 97, something like that, right? Once we're there, it's in a good spot to actually like see what it can do and see the numbers that it pushes out, and that's when we can start like min-maxing a little bit. Well, so we'll have fun for a little bit, and then I plan to actually make a shadow. So I'll enjoy this for a little bit. It'll be a cool little experiment, ES version basically of my Necro, by doing it through a Mana Guardian. It's very cool. Hope you have enjoyed. And now I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon and YouTube members who financially support the channel. Thank you to White Wolf, Tridnix, Steven, who support on Patreon, and the YouTube members, Garbar, Tridnix, White Wolf, Farkbone, Kerbed, John, and Lelouch Lamperu. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye!